So here's the second name or description of God. The God who hears and answers your prayer is always present. And the Hebrew name for this is Elroy. And I know it kind of sounds like God's redneck name, right? Elroy, but it's a beautiful name. The reason I love this one so much is because this name reminds us that God is not only powerful, but He's also personal. Let me give you the background of the story of Abraham and his wife Sarah and this woman named Hagar. So many of you know Abraham is one of the central figures of the Old Testament, and God made a promise to him to make him a great nation. He would inherit all this land, and his descendants would be as many as the stars in the sky. And so the problem was, though, that Abraham and Sarah couldn't get pregnant. And so one day, Sarah comes along with her house servant, a woman named Hagar. And the way I see this playing out is Abraham's watching football, and Sarah has Hagar there, and she says, "Here, have sex with her so that at least you can have some inheritance." And Abraham says, Can we wait till halftime? All right. But anyway, he does have sex with Hagar, and Hagar does get pregnant, and then Sarah gets incredibly jealous. And basically, Sarah says, "I can't stand to have her around her." I guess her fertility was a reminder of Sarah's problem bearing a child. And so she says she's got to go. And so we find Hagar now in this desolate and desperate place. And she's all alone. And here's the story. This is in Genesis chapter 16, verse 11, and then verses 13 and 14. The angel said to her, "You are now pregnant, and you will give birth to a son, and you'll name him Ishmael, for the Lord has heard of your misery." And she gave this name to the Lord who spoke to her, "You are the God who sees me." For she said, "I have now seen the one who sees me." And that is why the well was called Bir Laharoi. It's still there between Kadesh and Bered. So I think most of us, like Hagar, have been to this kind of desert of the soul place, right? Where we, through no fault of our own, we've been kind of kicked to the curb, or we've been rejected, outcast, isolated, exposed, vulnerable. And we're out there, we're kind of all alone. And when we wonder in those desperate moments, is there anyone who cares? Is there anyone I could turn to? And the beauty of this story is that Hagar, in fact, found that the powerful God is also an ever-present and personal God. You know, many of our founding fathers were among this religious group called deists. And deists believed that God was all-powerful, big God, long beard, but He just kind of set the universe into motion, and He wound the clock or the timer, and someday it's going to all be over. And He kind of sets it aside, and He just has indifference to what's going on in the world. But that is not the God of the Bible. The God of the Bible is powerful, and He's also personal. He is the God who sees us. He is the God who sees you. He is present, and He is personal in our lives. You know, Hagar and Sarah never mended their relationship. In fact, it only got worse when Hagar finally had her son. But God's promise was true to Hagar. Her son did become a member of a great nation. But please, please know, and never get tired of hearing. I know sometimes it's like a Christian cliche. God sees what you're going through. He knows the pain that you're going through. Please never get tired of hearing that. Here's another verse from the Psalms. Psalm 46:1 says, "God is our refuge and strength." And then I love this, "an ever-present help in trouble." Find that verse and mark it up so that you can go to it. And please know that He's always there for you.